Hmm. Hmm. uh, okay. Hello, everyone. Dude Man 3003 here, slash Nick Harbinger, and oh, excuse me. Okay. A few months back, or at least 1 month ago, there was a trailer release for this movie called My Little Pony Equestria Girls, and when I first heard about it, I was really confused as to what they were going to do with it. So, they actually released a trailer for it, so let's talk about it. This is Let's Talk About Equestria Girls. Okay, a little backstory to this. I really like the show My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I guess you can consider me part of the Brony community, although I don't really contribute to the Brony community, and all things considered, I kinda don't like them. Just a little heads up for this review, and it mostly revolves around what's been happening lately, but I'll go over that near the end of the video. So, about the Equestria Girls trailer. I've heard about this announcement like a year back, just because there was just rumors, speculation that was just floating around, and they announced it on Equestria Daily. A lot of people were dropping the bomb, and, well, now they have a trailer for it, and now it was confirmed that this is not only going to be a spin-off of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, this is going to be a whole friggin' movie. Yeah, a movie in theaters. So, this isn't like some sort of direct-to-video knockoff. This is actually something that is going into the big screen, which, that's kind of confusing to me. That's actually kind of interesting, because, like, some cartoon movies actually have made it to a direct-to-DVD knockoff thing, so actually kind of cool to see how My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is actually getting a theater release. So, what about the trailer itself? Well, about the trailer, when I actually did see it on Equestria Daily and I followed the link, the promotional poster scared the fuck out of me. Just because when I saw that, I was like, what are they doing with the show? And when I actually did see the trailer, I was really relieved to see that that was only just a promotional poster. A bad one at that, but at least the trailer actually did showcase something. I was actually thinking to myself about, like, plots that they would do with Equestria Girls and things that would occur if this actually got greenlighted, and now it has. The animation team, they're actually using the same animation team for this as they did with My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. They're actually using the same animation style. All the characters maintain their colors for some reason. It's like, about that, it's like this is in the realm of Doug. This isn't like that particular world where everyone is colored weirdly and have weird names. So, which is very funny. But from what I can gather of the plot, apparently this is canon because this is taking place immediately after Twilight has been announced as a princess, which was also one of the things that actually got bronies angry. And someone stole her crown, her Elements of Harmony crown, and then just flew into this mirror thing, so Twilight has to go in with Spike into that portal just to see where the thief has went. So apparently Twilight transforms into this human girl, and she has to attend high school, because apparently her crown is being used as the tiara that is used in prom ceremonies, so she has to become what is essentially prom queen, just to get that crown back and then return back to her world. How she returns to her world is actually kind of ambiguous. And I did mention this, but none of the other main six actually did come with her through the portal. It's just Twilight and Spike. So the parallel is apparently Twilight as a human meets the human world equivalent of the main six. I guess that could work, but that's kind of confusing, and either way, just because I think it probably would have worked better if, like, all the main six entered that world and just seeing all their reactions and actually being part of that world, but now I'm just rambling. Now, I'm actually jumping the gun here. But that's really the premise from what I can gather. There's already 2 trailers that were released, and the movie comes out in like a week. So, I just decided to make this video just discussing my opinion about Equestria Girls and actually just getting the word that this is a fucking thing. So, just because I've noticed that there seems to be a lot of reaction videos out, so why don't I toss my hat into the ring? So, what is my opinion on Equestria Girls? Well, so far, I'm actually quite relieved, mostly. Just because, well, when I first heard about this, and I knew that they weren't gonna just cut this, just because I know this has some good ideas, and I know Hasbro can't just cut this, especially considering how far they've gone. So, when I actually heard of this, I actually thought that this was going to be a spin-off series, not a movie. When I was considering this as a series, I was thinking of like the possibilities of what they could do as terms of plot. There was one thing that was actually going to make me just immediately hate this thing if this was actually true. The plot that I've mentioned so far, that is the plot that they've determined, and that was one of the plots I would have preferred and actually would have actually been interested to see. But if the one plot that I would have just despised and just wouldn't watch it, if this was just like, this had no connection to My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Like, this was just like a bunch of like just 6 girls who just so happened to have a personality of the main 6. The reason why I think that would have been bad is just because, well, you wouldn't really be tying into My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. This is just them having the same name, pretty much. And this would have just turned into some sort of weird high school drama soap opera thing. And TV has enough of that, and all of which are which can really boil down to one question: is what could you add just by doing another one of these types of shows? Like, these things are everywhere, and I personally, about those shows, I don't really like them just because, well, yeah, you are like adding on to like your own interpretation of what teenagers go through, but it's been done to death. I've seen it a lot, and you can't really be adding anything. So just by having them tie it with the story of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic actually works a lot better. So actually does work it a lot better, and actually gets me interested. Just because, like, this is Twilight, who was a pony living in a world with magic and with ponies flying and shit. So having her go into the human world, because it is confirmed that she can't use magic, just seeing her in her reactions in the human world gets me interested in this. And just because I want to see what they're going to do with this idea. Yeah, as far as the trailer goes, there were some things that they actually did show, like, that relates to what I said earlier, just because Twilight running into a door just because she remembers that she can't use magic to open the door, and it's like one of the funnier scenes in that trailer was she eats an apple just like whole, just leans towards her place and just like tries to chop it in one bite like a horse would normally do, which that made me laugh. It's like there's a lot of things that they shown in that trailer that actually leaves this with a lot of potential. And because they're using a plot that I actually would have been interested in, this actually leaves me intrigued. But there are some things that I do have to consider that they might screw up things on. Because, like, yeah, you're leading this towards high school. So I just got graduated from high school, by the way, so go me. But as far as high school goes, you have to add something to it. I know you're adding the whole idea of, like, Twilight, who was a unicorn, and into the human world. There's just so much that you can do with that. There is some extent that you do have to just, like, stop. And you have to come up with your own thing. But, to my knowledge, the writer of this movie is Megan McCarthy. If you don't know Megan McCarthy, she actually wrote, in my opinion, some of the better episodes. Like, Megan McCarthy, she wrote Call of the Cutie, Party of One, Lesson Zero, And she even wrote the season 2 finale. She's a really good writer. Those are some of the best episodes in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, especially by the fandom. So, yeah, but personally, I really like those episodes. Just saying. But so yeah, there's a lot of talent working into this, and Daniel Ingram, he commented saying, "Oh, I worked really hard on these songs, and they sound awesome." Like, maybe I can find the tweet somewhere and post it on here. But Daniel Ingram has wrote the music of the show, so all of which are really good, well, for the most part. So all this talent backing up this one movie, it really holds a lot of potential of being actually pretty good. But it's against my philosophy just to go in this with expectations, especially high ones. It's either, like in two ends of the spectrum, it's bad to go into things with high expectations and low expectations. It's better just to go in things with like just no expectations whatsoever. So this is going to have like a bunch of stuff happening to it, and it does have a lot of good things that are going for it currently. But this has much of a chance of succeeding as much as it has a chance of failing. I'd recommend just watching it, especially if you like the show. I just recommend that you just watch it and judge it for yourself. I'm going to make a follow-up video just like whenever I watch the movie. I'm going to just release a follow-up video just giving my personal opinion of the entire movie, like without giving spoilers or anything. So as soon as I actually watch the movie, because by the time I record this audio, the date is June 8th, so I am 8 days before it actually premieres in theaters. As soon as I actually do watch the video, I will release a follow-up just saying like my comments on the actual movie.